Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In our last video I showed you how to draft the basic bodice block, but today I'm going to be teaching you how to shape the waistline. So this is our waistline. We're going to be getting the back dart along this line. We're also going to be shaping the side of the back as well as the front, and then we'll be getting the front dart shape as well. So stay tuned and let's get to it. We're going to be doing is dropping the waistline by 1 centimeter. So for a standard measurement, you use 1 centimeter for smaller sizes, and for bigger sizes you can go from 1.5 to 2 cm. So we're doing that because it has a waistline. I'm just going to mark my 1 cm now. So along my waistline I'm going to go downwards by 1 cm for my size, and that's here. I'm now going to connect this 1 cm point straight to 0.5, so the center back line. That's our new waistline. Please note that this is a slant line because you're only dropping the front, you're leaving the back as it is. The pattern book we're working with is Metric Pattern Cutting by Winifred Aldrich, and going by that book we're going to be using a 12 centimeters shaping along the waistline. All this means is that on this line we're going to be using 3.5 centimeters. So these are standard measurements based on the book, so just bear that in mind. And then for the back side seam it will be 1.5 cm. For the front side seam it will be 2.5 cm. For the front dart it's 4.5 centimeters. So everything is in cm. Now that you know what you're going to be using at every point, it's time for us to do a little calculation. First off, start by measuring your waistline. So this new waistline we've drawn today, when I took my measurement on the pattern, it gave me 47.5 cm. So we're just going to call this the pattern waist because it's not our actual waist measurement. So this is my pattern waist. Now the next thing I need to do is get my actual waist measurement. So you need to take your measuring tape and take the circumference of your waist. Once you know what that figure is, you're going to divide it by 2. So in my case, my actual waist is 71. So I'm going to divide this by 2, and this will give me 35.5. So now I have my pattern waist and I have my actual waist as 35.5. So these are the figures we now need. Once you have these two figures, you're going to do subtraction. So take 47, so what you have as your pattern waist minus 47.5 minus my actual waist, which is 35.5. In my case, 47.5 minus 35.5 gives me 12. Now, we're going to start shaping the waist. If you add all these figures I gave earlier, so 3.5, 1.5, 2.5, and 4.5 cm, you'll get 12. So now, to get the back dart, we're going to take the figure for the back, which is 3.5. I'm just going to make this bold for you to see. We have 3.5 to shape the back dart. We're going to take 3.5 divided by 12. We're dividing it by 12 because all these figures, so 3.5, 1.5, 2.5, and 4.5 cm, all of them, when you add them together, they equal 12. So you're going to take the figure for the back divided by 12 times whatever you got here. For me, I got 12, so I'm going to multiply mine by 12. You're going to do the same thing for the back. So we have 1.5 for the side back divided by 12 times this figure. Next, we have 2.5 divided by 12 by my figure, and then 4.5 divided by 12 by that figure. So everybody's figure might end up being different. So this figure will be different for almost everyone because our sizes vary. So whatever you have, that's what you use. Now I'm going to do a quick calculation to get my answers. Because I'm dividing by 12 and also multiplying by 12, all my answers give me the same thing. So I'll just explain what I mean. So for this first one, it's 3.5. 3.5 divided by 12. That gives us this. When you multiply it by this figure, it gives me 3.5. So it's the same thing. You're dividing it and then adding it back. So it just gives you the same figure you used. So that's 3.5. But for someone else, assuming you got 8 here, you will have 3.5 divided by 12 and then times 8, for example. It'll give you a different figure. So our figures will be different. For me, it's going to look the same as everything you're seeing here because my answer was 12. So I'll just go on to write all of my answers now. 4.5. So that's basically all the math we're going to be doing. Once you have these answers, you're ready to start shaping the waist. As we know, the dart of a bodice has 2 legs. For example, this is a dart, this is one leg and this is another leg. So we're going to need to split this figure into 2 for both legs. So 3.5 divided by 2 gives me 1.75, and I've gone ahead to mark my 1.75 here. And on this other side, that's my 1.75. For the side back, the number we have is 1.5. We're not going to be splitting this because the side is just one. You're just going to draw one line. There's no need to split it. So all you need to do is place your ruler on this point and measure inwards 1.5 cm. Mine falls here, so I'll just show you. Place your ruler right here on this dotted line and measure inwards whatever you have as your answer here. So since mine is 1.5, I've just taken in 1.5. You wouldn't divide this number. The same thing applies for the side front. We need just one. We're not dividing it. So whatever you get here, measure inwards and mark it. So that's my 2.5. I've taken 2.5 cm here because that's what I got. Now moving to the front dart. Once again, we'll need to create 2 legs. That means we're going to be dividing whatever we have here. For me, it's 2.5, and I've made my 2.5 marker on both sides. It's now time for us to draw our darts. For the back dart, I'm just going to go up on this line, along this line, 14 centimeters. So this is where my 14 ends. I'm now going to connect these marks I made. Okay, so that's my back dart formed. Now we need to draw the side back. So this is my mark. I'm now going to connect it to the armhole, so point 32. And that's the side back. So you now have the back formed. Moving on to the side front, this is my mark. I'm going to connect it to this same point 32 right here. This is our side front. So now this whole area is no longer relevant because we've taken it out. It's time to connect the dart. So to know where the dart apex will stop on this line, you're going to come downwards from point 26. So from the bust point, come down by 2.5 cm. So this is my 2.5 cm right here. That means I'm going to be connecting this line to this and then do the same for this point as well. To be sure that your waist is accurate, so your waist measurement is accurate, so that when you sew the pattern you don't have any excess, take your ruler and measure from this point, so the center back. So this is our center back line, and this is our side back line, side front and center front. Okay, so take your ruler or your tape and then measure from the center back line to the first leg of the dart. Note down the figure you have, and then go from the second leg of the dart to the side back line, and also note the figure you have. Once you have that down, go from the the side front line to the first leg of the front dart. Once again, you're noting down the measurements you're getting. For the final one, measure from the second leg of the front dart to the center front line. And then make a note of what you have. Once you have the figures noted down, add them all up, and they should give you this figure you have here. If it gives you more, it means you need to take out from the dart. So if it gives you 2 cm more, for instance, instead of having 35.5, if you have 37, for instance, you need to take away whatever the excess is and then split it between the back and the front dart. If it gives you less, it means there's an error with your calculation. You just need to readjust it and mark it on the pattern. I hope this makes sense. That's it, guys. Your pattern is all done and all shaped. Thank you for watching, and if you made it to this point, please don't forget to leave any questions you might have. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye.